Let's talk about Jfdp X and the new features. You know, the ForeFlight team was actually the developers of this Jeppesen app, so I think you're going to see a lot of really cool stuff in here. Number one is the map engine itself. When you get this app and you start playing with the map, you're going to see how fluid and how fast the map engine that ForeFlight has put into the Jepsen Jfdp X app. So I'll scroll out here a little bit and just look at kind of how free this is and how fast it renders. And you're probably used to that if you're a ForeFlight user, but it's pretty impressive to see it here in the Jepsen Jfdp X app. So zooming in, you know, things are rendering very quickly. It's very smooth. You can see the weather rendering as well. So that's pretty cool. Now, the weather has various selections in here that you're used to in Jep. There's a turbulence layer here. You can see that redrawing. And then you can change your altitudes in that to kind of see that. Now what's interesting is in Jfdp X, the weather is actually coming from WSI. So this is the RPM forecast tool that you're used to seeing in WSI. There's also surface conditions, lightning, echo tops, wind and temps aloft, icing, and also the basic radar that you're used to. Now, one of the things that you can see here is we've got a flight from El Paso to Dallas, and one of the things that we've heard a lot from people is changing your route. So there's a little arrow in between El Paso and Dallas. If you just click on that little arrow instead of a new flight, what that does is that now puts Dallas as your departing airport. So create a new flight, making Dallas your originating airport. Hit create. And now you just put in your next airport, say Omaha. And we'll hit done. So I think a lot of people have asked for something like that. Here's your route, recently cleared. Just click on it, load the flight. That puts the route in there. And then you can go and use your SID and star selector to select runways. One through right. And add that to the route. And you can do the same thing with the star. So that little quick how to go from one airport to another is one feature that a lot of people have asked for. But I think the big one is digital ATIS in the app. Yes, they have figured out how to get the digital ATIS in the app. So when you push the info weather button, there's digital ATIS. So that's pretty cool. If there's arrival and departure ATIS, they'll both be listed there. If the airport doesn't have digital ATIS, it'll say that. And I can click on Omaha and get the digital ATIS from there too, either on the map or just changing the city pairs, whichever one. So that's pretty cool. Also weather. Weather looks very ForeFlight-like if you're used to that. And it even breaks down into a nice detail of the METAR and the TAF. Showing VFR, marginal VFR, you know, nice features. Now, another big thing is NOTAMs. Yes, you can get NOTAMs in the app. So when you go to the info weather button at the top and click NOTAMs, this is all the NOTAMs for your entire flight. I'm going to show you how to get to NOTAMs for a specific procedure in a little bit, but you can go across the top. There's tabs for airport and obstacles and TFRs and FERs, but that's really cool to have it all in one place. We're going to work on a lot more about NOTAMs as we go forward. And there's also some runway information here. And that'll probably grow out a bit too as things progress with the app. Now, own-ship display on Class B charts. You know, if you're flying near a Class B airspace, Jepsen has now geo-referenced those charts so that your own ship will be visible on that. And that might be important if you're if you're descending and flying underneath the wedding cake of a Class B to know what speed you should be at. So a little enhancement, but nice. So whenever you're on a particular chart, let's say a taxi chart, down here at the bottom left, you'll see a NOTAMs, and you can click on that, and that's for the specific chart. That's for an ILS or a taxi chart or a SID or a star. So that makes it really convenient to be able to see, hey, I'm flying this particular star. Are there any NOTAMs for that star? Now, you can click all NOTAMs at the bottom of that, and you get right back to that same window that has all the NOTAMs for your entire flight as well. But Jeppson's got a lot of work around NOTAMs to make them a little bit better, and they're going to be working with ForeFlight too. So there's some good ideas there. What about highlighting? Remember in the old app, the highlighting bar used to block some of your stuff. Well, now they've given us these multiple tools. You've got a highlighter, you've got a pen, you've got multiple colors, you know, and at least it's all subdued into the border of the app there. So nothing is blocking the content on the screen, and you've got a few more options there. So you can erase, or you can erase it all, whatever you want to do. So some improvements in the highlighter tool as well. So the settings page looks a little bit different here. I can show you real quickly, you know, dark mode and light mode. That's no big deal, you're used to that. But updates at the very top, obviously that's where you go for chart updates. This is swinging around and it's thinking, but guess what? There's no chart downloads. You know why? Well, the proper plumbing has been built into this app, and we can confidently say that we are connected to 2Wire. Yes, this entire video was shot on 2Wire, and so all the things that you saw, being able to pull in a route, being able to pull in NOTAMs, digital ATIS, all that was on 2Wire. However, we have restricted chart downloads because obviously we don't need anybody downloading charts. So here we are on slow 2Wire that we all know, but yet we can pull up turbulence, we can pull up radar, surface, you know, any of those weather products, any of the routing, any of the NOTAMs, any of the digital ATIS. So that's pretty cool, I think, being able to pull all of that content in Jfdp Pro while connected to 2Wire. So that's a great thing. Worked with our technology department to make that happen. The app should be coming out in May, and I got to admit, I think the biggest winner is digital ATIS. I hope you all like the app. Like I say, you'll see it in about May, but I wanted to give you a little teaser on what that looks like. Fly safe.